after installing the engine, we had a little bit of trouble starting the bike, and what we found is that it feels as though that it's got no compression, and what's happening is that as we kick the bike, there's no clutch engagement, and it feels as though that the clutch is slipping and it's not gaining any revolutions to start. So what our plan is to take out the old clutch, have a look at it, clean it up, maybe install some new pads in it, disc pads, whatever they're called, and see how that goes from there. Now, taking this clutch off an older motor, not the current Repsol one, and when you take off the clutch thrust plate, you can see there I've cut the ends off there because the screws were so badly worn, so I'd have to fix up that. New screws, not a drama. But what this does, it's got a gasket on it, it should have. This one's non-existent, and what that does is that it filters as well. Filters the crap from the clutch plates, and as you can see, this one here is absolutely full of crud, which we'll clean out. You can see there all the fine particles from the clutch plates. So that should be done quite often. I'm not for every service though, but they say to do it regularly. You can see this has never been done, so we're just going to give it a quick clean up now, just before I rinse it all out. All of that there is just junk. Just give that a quick wipe for now. That stuff goes in the bin. We'll take apart the clutch itself. Got a giant circlip here. And what I'll try to do is imitate how they come out, like that. And the plates are themselves, they should just pop out. They don't feel too bad, so maybe just clean them up a bit. Doesn't seem as though that it's burnt or anything, so normally if it's run dry of oil, it'd get hot and all of these bits would be really black. So might just save a few bucks by cleaning these up a little bit. Heavy in oil. And goes there. This is the clutch itself. That looks pretty good. And on here we've got 4 big springs. One, two, three, 4, and these 2 have half size springs, which they don't have, so it's not there. You don't reckon I'm pissed off about that? So now the screws that came out of the top of the clutch, they had been taken off before, I think several times. Obviously they've done something here and didn't bother to put in the 2 smallest springs. So I've got to order those. These things there are the weights. As that spins, the weights throw out, grab the clutch, and away you go. Apparently. And you'll see these springs here. In the book it says to take them out first, but I'd be a little bit frightened too because I'd lose the springs. So we take out that, and we've got the clutch basket. You can see there it's pretty dirty, but that's alright. There's nothing broken there. Happy about that. 1, 2, come on, 3 and 4. 4 springs. So we've got those. These are the clutch plate springs. They're a little bit funny. Now, if we now, these springs should be 26mm, and you can see they're 23, so they're collapsed a fair bit. Three, 23. So we'll get some new springs, and I'll just check the size of those again. I'm pretty certain it was 23mm, 26mm, sorry. These are your counterweights. You just check if they're all intact. Nothing broken. They seem all right. So what we're going to do is clean everything up methodically. And see how we go. And we'll come back and we'll assemble it later. So that one's not too bad, I don't think. These screws I replaced ages ago at the torqued up alright. Gasket's still good. All of that's clean from the time before. I don't have a special tool for this. It's a specialised nut. I just made one myself out of a 13/16 socket. Cut it down, fold them off very carefully so it's the same size, and just make sure you've got the lugs in place. And out it comes, just like that. Easy peasy. And then the clutch just slips out, and that's it there, all done. You can see in there it's nice and clean. That's because I cleaned it before I put the bike engine back together. Now, this is the clutch out of the Repsol Honda. Still got back play there. This feels a little bit tight to me, but I don't know. So we'll take it apart exactly the same as we did with the first one.